Hi, my name is LynzloByChoice. Thanks for stopping by my channel today. I'm happy you're here. Grab everything you need. I hope you're here for a beautiful speed build because that's what I have in store. This ends up being for an outgoing family's home and I like it. Before we get into it, again, my name is Lynslo. I build in The Sims. I play a lot of games in The Sims and things like that. And so I make videos about it on YouTube. If you enjoy things like that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like this video by the end if you enjoyed, just me talking and, talking about this process, but also some other things that are coming through the pipeline in The Sims 4 and my thoughts on it, things like that. I make a lot of videos and I'm pretty consistent at this point, so I hope you like it. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I post new videos. And yeah, so before we get into some of the news, I know you all know that there was a trailer coming out. We're going to talk about that in a bit, but I'm going to give you some detail on this home. So I saw like a gist of this home on one of the floor plan sites that I visit, and I needed to use this. Like, it has more outside space than inside space, and I added my own feature above the garage for the owner's suite, and I love it. Like, there isn't really an owner's suite in this. It's just the top floor is for the owner, and that is, the bedroom on one side of the building, and then the bathroom is on the other side, and in the middle we have a beautiful laundry area. It's not tucked off into a room, but it is in the hallway of that top floor, and it's not a lot of space up there anyway because most of it is roof. But in the end, it looks amazing, and I actually love the way this layout goes. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit too, because I had a little bit of struggling going on, but nothing I couldn't handle, obviously. So as soon as you walk in through the side door, so the side door to your right, you can see it's like a little black thing right there. That is the front door. And so you walk in and you're greeted by a half wall to section off the space between like what is a little bit of an office or a writing desk or something similar to that. And you can see I'm coming up with the floor plan now. You walk straight through and there's the living room area and then the kitchen in the far back, and then to your right from the kitchen there is this little walkway and you get the stair to the top level that I just explained is the owner's level. And so the first room that you get from the entrance is the dining room. There is the child's bedroom and then a bathroom. So it is a pretty big build considering most of it is roofing, but I feel like that is what makes this so interesting because it really blends into the landscape around it, and I love that. I haven't done many grass roofs or grass imitation roofs in a way, so I actually really liked doing that and pairing that with this wood tone of black and then a lighter wood tone. It really flows throughout this entire build in my opinion, and I love that there is this hard-coded nature of black throughout the whole thing. So by hard-coded I mean the things that come with the house that's not decoration, so doors, there's archways, the kitchen, plumbing, things like that ends up having the same color scheme. So if you don't like the decorations and things like that, you can go in, change all those things up, and all the fixtures will be a similar color. And I think that's amazing because sometimes I have this vision of who lives here and it may not be what you want to play in your game, and that's completely okay. But for this one I thought it was for a socialite, and that's because of this beautiful patio area. You can see I was working hard on that. I ended up adding this beautiful and huge fireplace that I haven't really used in anything else. There ends up being a dance floor, there is a little bar grilling station, and there's a lot of space that really exudes the living area being able to host a lot of people. And then we have a beautiful dining area with a lot of chairs when it's really assumed that up to 3 people are living here. So, and that's why I say it's for a socialite. Like, they have a lot of family gatherings. Maybe everyone's a part of a different club, or just like to have a lot of people over. Maybe there are a bunch of neighbors who love the home and love the people, so they come over a bunch of times and they let them, and they're like, stay for dinner, say for, dancing, we're about to dance and, have someone over to teach us that kind of thing. You could change up the entire patio area to include like yoga mats, and you can have a yoga instructor instructing on the front lawn and have a bunch of people from the neighborhood come around. I actually have never tried that, and now I really want to. So thanks for the idea. I know you didn't say it, but you were thinking it, and so I'm going to give you the credit. So now we're moving into this little area that I like to call the little office, and it's beautiful. It has that same thing, so the built-in fixtures on the shelf, and we have a beautiful floor to ceiling mirror and then a black desk, and I think that's pretty nice. It's just a little way for me to fill in that space without adding another seating area, which I think would be a little too much because there's a seating area right in front of this door. There ends up being a seating area outside, and then there are those bar stools there. Like, it's a lot of seats, and I didn't really want to do that. Maybe I just wanted to tailor that to one of the owners who live here and they need that desk space. As I was talking about that, you could see that I finished the bathroom on the first level, and that's beautiful. Now into this living room, we have to get into it. I love the couch, I love the chair, and I love these two end tables. I sized one down and pushed it into it so it looked like it was kind of built in, and you're gonna see the next thing I do, I add another one of those couches like that. Like, so now it's like this abnormal shape. It really adds some dimension to this space because it's very boxy. It's all one room, and I know you can see that, so I needed to add some dimension to this. I needed to add a little bit of something, and one way for me to do that was to add a different shape in this living space, and I like it. Like I said, it adds dimension, and that's what I was going for. That is the layout of it, but I do end up changing the color, so it ends up being a lighter color as you saw in the video. And so we're back outside. I add that seating area, another end table. We have another end table off of that little layout couch, and then I needed something to go in the middle there. You can see I tried to put in a ping pong table. No, dance floor immediately, and then I add some stereos up to the top, and I think it's beautiful. It's a great use of the space. It's a lot of things going on, and then I add some plants right in front of the patio area, and that's just to give it some realism. And another component of realism are those trees planted along the side. It really adds drama and alludes to a large driveway, and that's what I was going for. You typically see that kind of thing in pathways leading up to a driveway or leading up to a door or something, and I feel like because this driveway was so long and it was over to the side, it was something that I could use to fill in the space, you know what I mean? So this is really like the gist of that. I do end up moving into the first bedroom, and I like this. The colors in here are like blue, green, and white. We have some grays dipping in and out of this, but we do go into a dark wood tone, and I like it. I was mainly inspired by this desk that you see, and I haven't really used that before, but I actually like it. It has a lot of different decorations around that alludes to a creative sim, and I feel like this child sim just has a lot of different things they're interested in. Like, they love their academics. I feel like they're very studious and everything, but they like to explore with different arts and crafts. They're a part of the Scouts Club. I think that's something that your Sims can participate in high school or in elementary. I'm not really sure. So don't quote me on that, but I do end up working on it a little bit. And this is when I decided that off of the owners, they should have a little patio area that they can walk out onto. And so I do end up adding that there, and then coming back down to the living room to just fix up some things, just because my mind is everywhere. And then I go right back up to the bathroom that the owner suite has. I feel like no one uses this but the owners. They are like, this is my bathroom, and that's okay because it is fairly small. It doesn't have a shower. It's only a tub in there, but you could definitely add one if you want to break up the space. But because it is very narrow, I felt like I needed something so that your sim could just see right out the window if they wanted to. So we're coming up on the end of day one of me working on this build, and so when I start back up on day two, I start in the kitchen, and I'm just adding a bunch of decoration, just adding a lot of stuff that I feel like I didn't really get to before because I wanted to get my initial thoughts out of the way, and then I can go back in and add detail. I can go back in and add the things that I want. And I don't know if you can see, but to the left there is a little bedroom there, but I do end up changing it all out. Like, I'm like, I don't think this bed would be there. I don't think they had the layout like that. Like, it just didn't seem right. So I didn't really film that one. And then I also just create another one later on in the build. And that's okay. But you can see I'm putting in the shelves, putting in some decoration and some things up in this laundry room, walkway, hallway area. And I like it. I mean, it's a lot of open shelving, but then we have those things on the side. I did end up adding something on those end tables that you see, but then I take them off because I'm like, I don't think this house is very messy. I think everything is put up. I don't know if you could see, but there is like a walk-in closet that we got from Get Together in that first bathroom, and I like it. And I feel like that's where they put a lot of their heavy duty storage items. But I come down and I love this bar cart. I feel like, again, it's perfect for this sim. Like, they're an outgoing, very extroverted family. So they have a lot of people over all the time. They are entertaining. And that's one way they can do that. You know, creating mixed mocktails and things like that is one of their ways to connect with their neighbors, their friends, people who just come to visit them. And I feel like it just made sense for you to be like an extroverted family, for you to have a lot of company over. It's okay for you to entertain, and that is what they are going for. So I did want to add something in that space between the office and the living space, but nothing really felt right. So I do end up adding just standing stereo, and I feel like that was okay. I didn't want to add a lot of stuff in the end anyway, because they still have to walk out that sliding door that acts as like a huge window, and I love the window features. Like, I like everything about this home. I feel like I said it a lot, like I love this, I love that, but I'm not even joking. I actually just really do love it. I end up adding a bunch of posters in this child's room, and again, like I said, I feel like they are creative. They have a lot of different interests, and I wanted to show all of those things. Like, they have the calendar up because they are focused on their studies. They have to juggle all the different things that they do, and that is one way for them to do it. And so I'm upstairs and out on the patio off of the owner's suite, and I add 2 lounge chairs, a little light with an end table, and then I have plants on the opposite side. And it's, again, just another way for me to fill in the space. It's a nice feature for you to talk about, and I think it's just really cool. I would love to have more dirt flooring. I don't know why I would need it, but I wanted to use terrain paint here and I couldn't, and I was like, I have to use flooring, no. But I did, and it's okay. Moving right into the owner's bedroom, and I end up going for a canopy bed, and I like it. I wanted to move down that window a little bit more so that, you know, your Sims could look out of it, but I felt like I just needed to leave it because from the outside it was perfectly in the center, and I just added some more space above it. So in order to make it make a little bit more sense, I add some shelving like right at the lining of the window, and I just add a little plant. I add, you know, some soap baskets or something similar to that. But since I've given you a lot of detail with this build, I feel like it is okay if I just talk about the new trailer that came out for the new stuff pack. This is for a crystal jewelry maker or something similar to that, and I think that's pretty cool. You know, I don't really need it, but it's making use of the gems that are found in base game and everything else, and that's great because all you can do right now is really send it to a jeweler, have it come back, and then sell it. And I guess some elements can be like saved and everything, but it's not very useful for my kind of gameplay. So I'm excited to get my hands on this one just so I could see if it's something that I can play in my game when I'm just playing. I really love this bedroom. I know I already talked about it a little bit, but I really do these dark colors. Everything just really flows in it, and I feel like although the dark brown is not something that's a staple in this home, it would work for the sim that lives here because, you know, it's a lot of space. They have some more seating area. It has a little separated patio area above the garage. It's very, very practical in my opinion, and I like it. So if you like this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I post new videos, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. I hope you enjoy all of these screenshots.